3 of my 5 friends each bought one and liked them. Remember Bob?
Yeah, I call that fair.
He was the first one to buy one. And then Corey.
That made a huge difference.
And finally, Stuart. So then I knew I had to get one. So I put it in my Amazon cart. But before I did my next Amazon order, TIDRadio sent me an email and they want me to make them a video. And they sent me a model H3 portable radio. We'll check it out. Okay, this one is green. It also comes in black and it comes in a clear case. You can get it as a ham radio, a GMRS radio, or in this case, unlocked, and it'll do everything. Okay, it comes with a drop-in charger. You can also charge it with the cord that comes with it. There's a USB-C on the bottom. The other end of the cord has a regular USB, so you can plug it into your computer, you can plug it into an outlet, you can plug it into your car, you can do whatever you want. Basically, you can charge this thing anywhere. All right, this thing will operate on UHF, VHF, and I believe it only receives on air band on AM. It has a 2500 milliamp hour battery, lithium ion. I've got 13 channels programmed into here. It runs for 32 hours. There's also 3 ways to program it. You can use the keypad, you can use the app, or when you open the owner's manual, there's a business card inside that gives you an email address to go to, and you can download the software on your computer and program your radio. 2 ways to charge, 3 ways to program. Now the keypad programming makes it convenient, but using the app makes it really convenient for people like me who struggle with things like this. The easiest way for me to program it was to use the software. I downloaded it on my computer, and it's just like every other software that you have for radios, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're pretty much all the same. If you've done one, you can do this one. It even has an FM radio. It's got everything. And you can program this key on the side to do whatever you want. There's multiple functions, short press, long press. You choose the function. But it also has 2 other buttons on the side. A push to talk here and a push to talk here. You know why? Because it'll do dual watch. What does that even mean? It means you can operate on 2 channels at the same time. It's like scanning, but different. Menu, function 36, turns your sync on and off. That's the dual watch, sync. I don't know why they didn't call it dual watch, but that's what it's called, dual watch, but it's sync in the menu. You can now monitor 2 channels at the same time. See where it says GMRS 15 and Troy repeater? Those are 2 channels that I use. If I want to talk on GMRS, I push the upper push to talk. If I want to talk on the Troy repeater, I push the bottom push to talk. Easy peasy. Let's talk about some of the other features. Repeaters, yep, it'll do it. CTCSS tones, yep. Digital tones, yep, it'll do that too. Split tones, sure can, no problem. It'll transmit on 5 watts or 2 watts. You get to decide. Will it scan? You betcha. Any channel you put in, it'll scan. Timeout timer? You get to select that too. Does it have Vox? Sure does. What about the Roger beep? It's got that too. There's 51 menu options that you get to mess with. The best part is when you get done messing it all up, you can go right back to the factory settings. It has a flashlight. It either says SOS or bring more coffee. I'm not sure which. Now on the side of the radio, there's this little door that opens up. This is for a speaker mic, or you could be like Secret Service and have like an earpiece. And this other USB-C, that's for programming. So that's what you use to program this with the computer. My radio only came with 1 antenna, but I know there's packages that you can buy that comes with 2 antennas, and the other antenna is for your air band. This one just unscrews. The belt clip seems pretty robust. If you break it, you can buy a replacement. It's held on with a couple screws. Why did I get the green one? Because I lose stuff, and anybody's using green radios these days. Let's talk about what I don't like about this radio. There's one thing that TIDRadio could add to this that would make it a little more user-friendly. See this volume knob? When you turn it on, there's no white line, there's no anything to tell you how loud the volume is. You have to constantly do this.
11, 9, 8, 7.
To set the volume, instead of just having like a little swoosh mark on the side. You know, you've seen them on other radios, or have a number thing or whatever, but God, I would really like to know how my volume is set. The other thing that needs to get changed is on the top of the screen, you'll see where it says 1 through 5 right up here in the top. What does that even mean? Nothing changes. It's always 1 through 5. It doesn't change color. There's no bar graph. There's no nothing. What does that even do? Let's talk about the owner's manual. The owner's manual's got a lot of great information in it, and it's probably one of the better owner's manuals that you'll find, but it leaves stuff out like that. Somebody leave a comment if you know what that, somebody please leave a comment if you know what that means or does, or what's the function of that graph or line bar or scale or whatever it is. I've used a lot of radios over the years. This used to be my standby, my go-to radio, this Wouxun. It did everything. It's got 2 knobs so you can change the channel, you can turn the volume on, but guess what? This one didn't have a little volume indicator either. And guess what? This thing's about 10 years old, and I had to program it. Towards the end of its life, I had to program it every single day because it would lose the program. So this radio went bye-bye. Then I bought one of these. You all know what this is. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but you know what this is. I bought one, figuring it was good enough for what I needed. If you're using this radio, there's better options. This is my new go-to radio. This is a great little radio. I use this radio at work for UHF frequencies. I use this radio for the fire department for VHF frequencies, and I use this for GMRS on UHF frequencies. I carry this radio because I can do every frequency that I use in one radio. Otherwise, I got to carry 2 separate radios all the time, which is a pain in the neck. And I would not even carry this radio because the functionality is nowhere near the functionality of this. If you're using this radio, set it down and get one of these, because this is, I know what you're saying. He said all of that because TID sent him a free radio. No. It was in my Amazon cart. I was going to buy it anyway, regardless of whether they sent me. Was I hopeful it was going to be a good radio? Of course I was. I had 3 friends that already had them and they loved them. But what I found since I've owned it, it's almost, I don't want to use the word perfect, but it suits my needs well. If you're looking for a radio that's easy to program, has modern features, I would look at this radio. Buy one, don't buy one. Doesn't matter to me. I have no dog in this fight. This is just my experience. If you made it to the end of the video, you're better than most. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.